For generations, the only question about fuel line replacement was, how big is it? Inside diameter was the only thing that really mattered for most cars. But today, you're likely to be faced with more questions about the correct replacement hoses for your customers' safety and compliance. Before 1985, most cars and trucks on the road had carburetors, externally mounted fuel pumps, and 1 or 2 blends of gasoline. Back then, general purpose 30R7 carbureted fuel line hose met all the requirements for fuel, vacuum crankcase ventilation, and emission control systems of the time. Now, 97% of cars and trucks are fuel injected. The fuel pump is located inside the gas tank. Specially constructed hoses are built for in-tank applications. And today's varied fuel blends include aggressive chemicals. Yesterday's carbureted fuel hoses just aren't designed to handle these conditions. Fuel injectors atomize fuel by forcibly pumping it through a small nozzle under high pressure, and those systems require hoses that can handle that pressure. General purpose 30R7 fuel hoses were never designed to handle those pressures and can easily rupture. CARB and other emissions regulations prohibit the use of any device, apparatus, or mechanism intended for use with a pollution control device that alters the original design of the system. Because most OE cars and light trucks are built with CARB-approved low-permeation fuel line hose, replacing it with the wrong hose is actually illegal. The fact is, general-purpose carbureted hose is no longer appropriate even for general-purpose carbureted applications. Experts, however, say that the old 30R7 carbureted hose still accounts for more than 90% of all fuel line hose sold. That means that the majority of fuel line repairs are being done with the incorrect hose for the application. Now, the cost of the hose is one of the most cited reasons for staying with the old hose, but don't be fooled. It's not going to save your customers much money. The cost to use the correct hose is low, roughly $8 more than using yesterday's hose to replace all the fuel injection hose on an average car. And the old style hose is not going to hold up to the demands today's fuels are going to put on it. There are more than 40 different blends in the US today, including diesel, biodiesel, methanol, and a growing blend of fuels containing ethanol and various ethers designed to reduce pollution. These fuel blends have chemical compositions that can damage standard rubber compounds. Higher levels of ethanol are especially aggressive. To help make the right hose selection, consider these facts. If the application is pre-1985, a carbureted vehicle, or as a small engine application, a hose that's designed for today's fuels, a hose like Gates Barricade carburation hose, is required. The inner tube is made of compounds that withstand aggressive fuel blends. It also has a green shield barrier made of an engineered thermoplastic material that minimizes fuel permeation, which exceeds CARB standards. If it's a fuel-injected vehicle, always insist on a fuel injection hose. Gates Barricade fuel injection hose has the highest pressure rating and safety factor of any aftermarket fuel hose and incorporates a chemically resistant inner tube to withstand today's multiple fuel blends. It also has the same green shield barrier technology, which delivers the lowest permeation performance of any hose in the industry. Fuel permeation is a major environmental consideration when selling fuel line hoses. As mentioned before, all Barricade hoses incorporate a patent-pending green shield technology designed to dramatically reduce the amount of gasoline lost through permeation. A 2-foot section of Barricade hose, in fact, saves 1 gallon of gas each year compared to 30R7 hose. That helps the environment. Now, it might not sound like much when you're talking about one car, but consider this. There are approximately 65 million feet of general-purpose carbureted hose sold annually in the U.S. automotive aftermarket. If all that demand used the correct Barricade-type hose, it would result in a savings of 33 million gallons of gas each year. You didn't know you could save the planet by stocking and selling the right fuel line hose, did you? For intake applications, look for submersible on the lay line. This means it's built to withstand chemicals on the inside and outside of the tube. If the job is for a marine application, always specify Gates Marine fuel line hose. It's specifically designed to exceed all Coast Guard requirements for fire resistance. You can verify that it's U.S. Coast Guard approved by looking for the USCG on the lay line. Stocking and selling the right hose can give you the peace of mind that you're providing the safest product, complying with all regulations, lowering your customers' fuel costs, and all the while protecting the environment. For more information, visit gates.com. Thanks for watching.